Alright, we are back. See, game against Louisville. Trucking along. Not the best Louisville team we've seen. Still working on our five-star receiver. Oh, check something out. What week are we in? We're in week 10, so we covered this game. So we can lock that one up. No one else wants them, I guess. So. Lost middle linebacker to Arizona State. I'm just gonna leave him there for now, just in case. When can get us this guy? This is a weird one. I don't know what's going on here. So Ohio State pulled their offer. Is that what happened? So maybe we can get him. We got locked up here. Fighting here. Decent enough grades, but if Georgia wants that guy, they got him. But I'd assume they pull off. We want to schedule visits just because of our coaching being on strategies, right? Yeah. They took us over. Let's just add the extra 10 there. That one probably not going to get it. Move it. Yeah, that's fine. I guess a match over. One of those two. This one we should have this week, right? Yeah, without anything. This one. I think we have to win the visit, so let's just leave that. Good company gadgets. Power Russia. Scouting this guy. Nothing. If it's a receiver, it should show us. One more. Oops, star. Offer. It wasn't. He's not even a gem. But it was a star. Good things working. Here's another one. Not showing. Finish. The 3-star is right, I think. Finish. Right there. Fill it up. Let's set everybody up here. Right. Nothing on there or secret. Alright. Let's get into it. devices. And I think we lost to Florida State using devices. But yeah, it happens.
Welcome everyone to the home of the FIU Panthers.
See if
Just
the
outside
offense
of
getting
Miami at Pitbull Stadium.
been a little busy lately. But should get this series wrapped up. Probably not this
FIU
week.
will kick it off to get things underway.
Ready for 27.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Louisville's offense going to get the chance to start this game off.
It's been kind of fun from the first time. Sorry to the coach.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Complete to the left. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
He switched it on that.
Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
From the gun, running back on the move. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running back going. They're the ones that make it go. 3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
Unloads to the line.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Give to the single back. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They make the stop, and there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down.
Okay, ready?
Here comes the offense on second down.
42 Spider. Single forward. Ready?
Looking to fire. Got it in. It's Perry. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. FIU will line up to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. Got his man in the middle.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage in predictable situations.
Looking downfield, it's Gray. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
Tries to slide forward on the sneak. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The Cardinals will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin him deep. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Swings through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Cobra.
Here's the handoff. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself.
That's
He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And he had an opportunity there. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay
I
booth
tried
a
to
chance
slide, it
have
didn't
another
let me.
look.
Yeah, I feel like he's been down for a while. Maybe not. Yeah, he's down. Guard got
Might have to give
swung.
that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on. And his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call.
Okay.
The Panthers have it with a 1st and 10.
Lasso. Lasso. Ready.
To the air on 1st down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. And the Panthers are flying down the field. Looking for space. It's Schaefer. And he's ridden to the
Yeah,
ground,
the
but
part
there's
is
also
I
a
feel like
flag
your
down.
blocking
Check
is
the call.
terrible and your guys display bad. Blocking the back, how?
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Ready.
Here comes the offense on 1st down.
Jackrabbit.
He'll set up to throw. Using the quick game. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Okay.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work.
Ready, ready.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Slab. Ready, go.
Wants to go up top. Here's the heat. Grabbed in the middle. And the runner is down, and so
Kidding.
is the flag.
3 flags on receiver. Pass interference. You broke it.
Just when they thought.
Oh.
The big play, the penalty wipes it out.
Alright, that's ridiculous.
The offense set for a first down play.
Cricket.
He's looking to pass. Catch in the middle. And he'll be slammed to the ground.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom. Stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
True, I thought the linebacker was going to get to it, but once I saw the corner blitz.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The give to the tailback. He's wrestled to the
So
ground
this
right at
way.
the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Quarterback moving. He's got it.
Separation.
Why nudge it in? Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously, the third one.
And he takes it in for the score. Florida International.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Don't make it
And he's
easy.
got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Be a lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll run the option. Running to Green. Powers through. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
But I would give up the run because we got
That's
both.
the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our
Usually
stats
that
so
run
far.
changes things, but it doesn't get you with the run.
From the 39-yard line, it's first and 10. Dropping back, it's Gray. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Off the play fake. Finds the tight end. Crosses the 45. Out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get the third down. And we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And the Cardinals will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Florida International offense is back on the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and attack.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Just in spite of the flag.
They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with results of the play. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Still better give me the first down.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. FIU will line up to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. He'll try to pop control. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Picked up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Wants to throw. It's Gray. Gets the grab on the left. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. The Cardinals line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Hauls it in, looking for space. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
So start off.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes.
Just want to check it out quick. Drop center got slam, left tackle. Why didn't you hold?
Again.
And these situations, 3rd and eternity, I know exactly what to do. I'm putting more DBs on the field. I know it's a pass, my best pass defenses, and then I turn my pass rushes loose. Go get that QB.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll give it to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Throws to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on third down brings us to fourth.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around.
On the ready.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half.
3:25.
They go to the ground. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Good solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Okay,
The
ready.
Panthers are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short.
Set.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Got it in the middle. It's Perry. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Give to the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
To the air on 2nd down. He's got his man, makes the grab. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Ready.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13.
Set. Hut. Ready.
Looking downfield on first down. Escapes trouble. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Grab over the middle. It's Perry.
Got it.
Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
Seconds of the first half, let's see just how aggressive they'll be. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. Dead center.
First half.
And they'll push that lead out a little further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Miami.
And the Cardinals will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Florida International offense is back on the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. You can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
The Panthers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
On the double.
And the Panthers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Good timing on the quick out. He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before the breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down. At halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in the second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
Man, just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense going right down the field in 6.
Touchdown, Panthers! Fitting in the window for the score. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in games.
And the returner will be dragged down. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on the squad.
Here we go.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throw those mitts up there, catching the football.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Hit as he throws. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going over the top.
Late on it. Held on to it.
And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
Ready up.
An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10.
Ready go.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the red. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
Okay.
FIU mounting a threat in the red zone.
Cricket.
Lost a fire on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Ready.
They started this drive with a big play, but now they need a conversion to keep it alive on 3rd down. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 3rd. It's complete to the left.
Just enough space.
Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
It's incomplete. Maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
Well, the QB knew coming into this one it was going to be tough. They have a lot of athletes on the back end, but today, guys just not able to separate. Accuracy hasn't always been perfect, and as a result, they've got another ball getting knocked away for an incompletion.
Looking to throw, it's great. Lost one deep down the right side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
I did over the top.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Throws to the tight end. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Well, a nice job by the defense. They're playing with a big lead. They know the offense has to throw it, and they are inviting throws over the middle of the field, knowing they can break on these passes and maybe pick one off. Offense lucky that wasn't a turnover.
Ready, ready.
They'll run play action. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Flag trumpet.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game. Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus. Did it with ease.
Come on.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Here he comes from inside his own side. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Pulls it in. It's Perry. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Second down, he'll throw it. Snapped in the middle. It's Witherspoon. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation, and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll be stopped for no gain on the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We've reached the break. It's FIU with the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Now the play fake. Working that left side now. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing. You're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical third down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And this offense stays aggressive, and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
FIU will line up to punt. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Pocket breaking down. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside for the back. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after the play.
Reads it, fires it late. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And they failed to hook up on third down.
Yeah, and I think third and short is the perfect time to run RPOs because I can give the football or make the read, but I got to make sure in these situations I'm accurate with the football either way. Wasn't accurate with the football, now you got a fourth down situation.
And the try is no good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
They'll run the off-tackle play here. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
protection. Caught in the backfield, it's Mitchell. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
How about the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch?
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Back to throw, it's Gray. Finds his man, it's Washington. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
Set, ready.
Back to pass. They get to him as he throws. Touchdown Cardinals. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And that kind of toughness is something you can't coach in quarterbacks. You either have it or you don't. Being able to deliver strikes like that for touchdowns when you know you are going to get absolutely popped, it is hard to find QBs like that. This offense has one.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5.
Depth charts, things. Put Anthrop in. Receiver, just bumping everybody. Getting Perry down. Jeez.
The Florida International offense is back on the field. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal on the last drive, and now they'll try to put something on the board here. Going right to work up top. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Good blocking, good running, pickup of 6 out to the 30.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Fires on the move. Oh, they really could have used that catch. Their physical pass defense, it brings up a 4th down. FIU will line up to punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Looking to pass. It's Gray. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it on the outside. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Come on. Gonna swing it on second down. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. Now facing a 3rd and long.
Set hard.
Just keep slinging it. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. A shot for the end zone. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Pressure coming. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Witherspoon. There he goes. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Tight end now in motion. Wants to adjust the pattern. A designed run for the quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Okay, ready?
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Here we go.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Working the big fella downfield and outside. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. We reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense.
Got it.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs.
Clear. Clear.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
On the set.
Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a 1st down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. Got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
Check out the laundry on the field. Take it off the board and back it up. This penalty will wipe chip away the touchdown.
For the extra boost.
Okay.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Lasso. Go.
From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big
Yeah,
time.
yeah, there we go.
Gets it into the end zone, but there is a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So that touchdown nullified by the penalty in the red zone.
Ready?
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's third and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Punts it out of the air. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
I know it's bad, but he's got to take him.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball.
Not the best, but
And now the lead is extended a little far. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take it.
next down. Big things. Actually, hold on. Let's see if we got any records. Okay, of course. The 5-star receiver. Tight end. Corner. Nice. Do we lose a couple? I went into a recruiting battle. Lost someone to Georgia, but I think that's the guy I gave up on.